Alright everybody, welcome into a brand new video. We are featuring a Pokemon that I have never even seen before, and that is Galarian Zapdos. These battles are coming to us from DreFlames out of California, the SoCal Swablues team captain, incredible battler, one of the spiciest trainers I know, and these battles are no exception. Let's get into it. All right, game number one here. We do have the Trevenant Lead into that Shadow Swampert. Obviously a very, very good lead for Trevenant. So we see the automatic switch out into that Galarian Stunfisk. Now, typically, if you're playing a Pokemon like Zapdos, you are a flying type. You don't want to take a rock slide. But that Galarian Zapdos has such an odd typing, being a fighting and flying type. It only takes neutral damage from those rock slides. We see this first Protect Shield come up here from the Galarian Zapdos on DreFlames side. Probably looking for a full counter down. 3, 4, 5, and he gets all the way there. Very, very nice timing there by DreFlames. Gave up a shield, but he's got a ton of energy. Goes straight for the Brave Bird against the Swampert here. Let's see if it gets shielded up, and it does get shielded up there. Going for a second Brave Bird here, but actually getting a few counters there in the middle as well. Double Brave Bird's going to steal both of these shields back, and he does get the shields back. Now it looks like Swampert's building some additional energy, not wanting to give up alignment. He's not going to switch out of this matchup, which actually makes a lot of sense, right? You already have that Trevenant waiting in the wings. You just hope that your wall ring can handle whatever the last Pokemon is. Shadow Swampert does have a ton of energy, but no Protect Shields getting used by Dre here, and it's an Earthquake coming through. A lot of damage. Here comes a Skarmory though. Gonna bank a move here, actually throwing the Shadow Ball before he decides to switch into that Wall Rain. You see the swap here. Guys, Wall Rain took a big hit in Season 12. That energy increase for Icicle Spear means that it's 5 Powder Snows to every Icicle Spear instead of 5 and 4. It's a bit tough, but it's still a very powerful Pokemon as we see Wall Rain. Gonna clean up here with the second Icicle Spear. This Galarian Zapdos is a lot of fun, and we are just getting started. Here we go. Now, these games are cut up, so you will see some cuts in this video. We see a Venusaur lead in the front. This is probably the place you want to see it, though, because you do have Protect Shields up at the beginning of the matchup. Gonna let this first move through. If it's a Frenzy Plant bait, this helps, but it's a Sludge Bomb coming through, reaching for Wall Rain. Gonna swap right in. We know the 5 Powder Snows will outpace, but in comes the Registeel. Now, Venusaur plus a Steel type is a very common core we see in the Go Battle League, so we're gonna go for the Earthquake here. Try to get some chip damage, and that's a lot of chip. This Registeel can't survive one Earthquake from the Wall Rain, and it never needs to shield the first one in case it is an Icicle Spear. Gonna let this one go. Now, the question is, what do you farm down with? Because you can probably get about 6 or 7 moves here if that Registeel overfarm. Coming in with the Zapdos, hopping up and down, gets 5 counters to KO the Registeel. In comes a Azumarill. 4, 5, 6, 7 counters, 14 turns versus the 15 here. Very nice timing by Dre. Probably gonna look to switch out after this. Actually staying in. I was just going to throw a move here. We got to Protect Shield this up. Now, the switch timers are refreshed for both trainers, so you might see a counter swap, and we just see the, coming in here with the Trevenant, 1 Shadow Claw and throw in the middle of that bubble. Very nice timing there. It does pull away that second Protect Shield. We see the swap into the Venusaur as well, going for the Seed Bomb. Now, this is risky because now the Venusaur can overcharge, but it still needs to throw a move to KO, so here we see that move come through. This is still tricky because maybe you come in Zapdos and try to farm down. Going for the double Sledge here. You could have easily gone for the Frenzy at that range, I believe. Oh, throwing the Ancient Power right there. I don't believe that was a CMP, but this still cuts off the Venusaur. Hoping for the boost. Big boost coming through. No. Still need to take out this Azumarill. It's got a bit of residual energy. Reaching up for the Brave Bird, but you want as much damage as possible. This is late game counting. Dre needs to know exactly how many bubbles this Azumarill has performed. 1 counter and the Brave Bird, hoping this is enough. Galarian Zapdos looking to strike here, and it comes in. It does KO the Azumarill. Very nice. All right, everybody, jumping into game number 3 here. We're going to see that Trevenant lead, per usual, as DreFlames works his way through the first day of the Go Battle League, or excuse me, the first 2 ranks of the Go Battle League Season 12. We see Nidoqueen in the lead. This is a bit tough, right? Because the Trevenant will win CMP, but it does take some heavy damage from these Poison Fangs as they pile on. First one gets no shielded, maybe attempting to go for a Shadow Ball. I like the aggressive play here by DreFlames, trying to secure a lot of damage here, and he does not. Here, switching into the Wall Rain. Nidoqueen can get off a move here, but does it decide to do that? He actually doesn't throw. Actually going to decide to go up some additional energy. You see the Earth Power come through, and this is really tough. Coming in with a Probo Pass. Probo, what? Probopass coming in here, going to throw an Earthquake. This is an Electric and Rock, and it goes down. Oh, excuse me, Steel and Rock as it does go down. Here comes a Heatmore, turning up the heat with this spicy team. Excuse my French. We're going to see the Icicle Spear, not very effective damage. Still 2 Protect Shields remaining though. Thunder Punch, Flamethrower, Power Up Punch, typically in Heatmore's arsenal. We're going to see the first one come through here. Thunder Punch would deal some super effective damage, being a flying and fighting. And we do see that get Protect Shielded up. Going for a few more counters here. Reaching for the catch and gets the catch of the Thunder Punch. The question is, can you Shadow Claw down for the KO? I don't think so. It does not. Here comes the Nidoqueen. This is a bit tough for the Zapdos. I maybe would have liked to see the Ancient Power sooner to try to get the boost, but either way, this is fine. Coming through here, going to force that shield, getting a boost. Does not get a boost. This is a bit tough. Going to look to counter down here. This Galarian Zapdos has a surprisingly high attack stat. It might actually get the KO with counters. Oh, going for the double Ancient Power. I like this play a lot because now hopefully you can counter down the Heatmore, secure the knockout, and does KO the Heatmore with the counters. Very nice plays by DreFlames. All right, everybody, going into the next battle here, we have a Trevenant Lead per usual into the Medicham. Great lead. We see the counter swap into Jellicent. This is tough, right? Because you kind of want to stay with the Trevenant, deal some super effective Seed Bomb damage. Do you ever go to Wolverine to catch? Probably not, because this Jellicent is likely to throw a Shadow Ball here. Because of the one-turn switch, we are throwing on alignment here. Shadow Ball was triggered on CMP. And we see 4 Shadow Claws and the throw. Great mechanics here by DreFlames, looking to maximize his energy. Second Seed Bomb pulls away the second Protect Shield as well. Hoping for no Bubble Beam, but he's gonna no shield. DreFlames taking a risk, and it pays off. What a great call by DreFlames, going up for this big Seed Bomb. He actually throws it right here, which is crispy clean. We're gonna see that Seed Bomb come through here and KO the Jellicent. Coming in with the Umbreon now, and we see the Galarian Zapdos, but it's 2 counters ahead. Does it get to the Brave Bird first? I believe it does. Actually, Medicham striking first. This could be an Ice Punch. Gonna look for a protection here. It's a Power Up Punch, which is rough to shield. Gonna go up probably 5 more. And throwing the Brave Bird here. That Umbreon only got 1 Snarl. Do we see a situation where this Galarian Zapdos gets to another Brave Bird? 4. There it is. Double Brave Birds. Galarian Zapdos so strong as a closer, coming through here, doing a lot of damage, a lot of counters. This Umbreon is just barely wasting away, and it gets KO'd as well. Going into this next battle here, DreFlames' opponent is appearing on the screen. We do have Wolven as the opponent, rocking the Trevenant Lead into Dragonair. This is a bit tough, maybe one of the tougher leads Dre has gotten so far, reaching right for the wall rain. Comes in with the Furrothorn. This is tough as well. Kind of hard counter city, if I don't say so myself. Although the Trevenant does have play against the Dragonair, especially if it's rocking Body Slam, Aqua Tail. Power Whip comes through. Actually gonna bait here. Gonna throw the bait with the Icicle Spear. Does not get the shield, but goes for double Icicle Spears. I guess that's a safer play instead of going straight for Icicle Spear plus, or excuse me, instead of going straight for the Earthquake, because this way you get 2 just in case your opponent shields the first. Gonna go ahead and throw a move here from that shiny Furrothorn. Looks like it's gonna be Thunder. A lot of damage there. Looking for a big Shadow Claw down as Trevenant gears up, and it does get the Shadow Claw down. Dragonair facing off against the Trevenant here, now just over half health, but with a ton of energy. Gonna look, oh! Excuse me, gonna bring in the Marowak. Look to get his shield here. This is a lot of energy on the Trevenant. Do we see the shield? And we do. Easy call. Looking for the Shadow Ball after 1 more claw. This is a bit tough here because if this Marowak shields, it gets very difficult for the Zapdos. Can it pull it off? Let's see what happens here. Need to throw an Ancient Power. That move just got adjusted as well. Going to do a little bit more damage here, but if you boost, it's only 1 stage instead of 2. Coming in with the Nair. Do we see... We have to see the second shield here. Do we see Ancient Power counter down, then Ancient Power into the Marowak, perhaps? Gonna throw this first one here, almost up to 2. This is non-stab Ancient Power, a little bit of damage buff as well in the offseason. Does KO, coming with the Marowak, going for another Ancient Power, but the Marowak gets the move first. That is way, way tough. Oh, he hangs on! He actually hangs on to the move. Galarian Zapdos gonna deliver the Ancient Power. Is it enough to KO? And it is not. In comes the Trevenant. Shadow Claws! Dude! I thought for sure that game was over, but when you're a flying and fighting type and they throw the Bone Club, I guess you can survive in narrow margins. What an insane match. Going into game number 6 here, let's see what Dre has up his sleeve. Got Trevenant into Bastiodon. This is okay. Whenever you see the Bastiodon, your gears kind of start turning. What could be in the back? Gonna switch in the wall rain, which is actually a bit tough because you are taking a lot of damage from those smackdowns. Looks like a CMP was triggered as well on this earthquake. Bastiodon can tank one, but does not want to eat this first one, so we do see that shield come up. Do we see a shield in kind to get to another earthquake? And yes, we do. Stone Edge is the right move to throw here. As tempting as it is, a flamethrower and ice type, you definitely want to throw that Stone Edge as the Bastiodon player. Looking for another CMP, doesn't get it. Bastiodon looking to smack down all the way down, gets the second shield. This actually is huge because it clears a runway for that Galarian Zapdos, which I think we might see come in here shortly. Looking for the Zapdos. Here it comes. Counter's dealing a lot of damage, actually. That's a heavy counter. That's actually a very heavy counter. That looks almost like a Hitmontop counter. Not quite Shadow Machamp, but close. Oh my goodness, catching a potential Stone Edge on the Trevenant. DreFlames is nasty as he does catch it. In comes Superior as well, looking for the Shadow Ball. Looks like it's going to be a CMP. Trevenant playing so clean in this meta. This Pokemon is so strong, especially with all the different move adjustments. No shields in play, so we do not see a shield here. Superior throws the Aerial Ace. You got to throw an Ancient Power to cut this off, but you want to farm up a bit first. Throws 3 counters. Possibly could have gone up a bit more, but hey, Zapdos is clearing the way here. Does not get a boost. Again, here comes the Toxie, reaching for the Brave Bird. And Galarian Zapdos delivers, signed, sealed, and delivered with the Brave Bird yet again. Oh, counters down the Bastiodon as well. Nice, finishing touch. All right, everybody, we've got another battle here. We have 12 in total, so if you've enjoyed this so far, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You know the drill. Here comes a Lantern. We're going to see an instant swap it into the Stunfisk. Here comes the Zapdos. We've seen this Zapdos tank a Rock Slide earlier on in this video. It will likely do the same thing, but we know it cannot tank too comfortably, so we probably will see one Protect Shield. That's a bit tough because then at that juncture, your Zapdos can't really do a whole lot to that Lantern, right? You can either throw the Ancient Power, deal some counter damage, or you can maybe throw a Brave Bird and debuff yourself, but then you get sparked down, which is a bit tough. In comes that Lantern. Going to go straight for the Ancient Power. Maybe we see a double Ancient Power here as you are taking super effective damage from the sparks. Actually pulls the shield. It gets a boost. This Zapdos is on fire as it looks to deliver another Ancient Power here. Second one, it goes unshielded. Double boost! Double boost! The Zapdos is out of control as it actually looks to shield up here as well from the Surf. Gonna look for another Ancient Power. This is triple Ancient Power. Do we get the fabled triple boost on the Zapdos? Here it comes. No, 2 is enough. But look at that, leaving that Lantern with just a couple of HP. Comes in with a Trevenant, gonna absorb probably a Thunder or Thunderbolt. And it is the Thunderbolt. Looking for that third Pokemon, and it will be the Medicham. This is lights out for the Medicham. Lights out, good night. Have a good sleep, Medicham. The Shadow Ball is coming to take you away as you do see Shadow Ball smash into that Medicham and KO. Here comes the Lantern, and that is all she wrote. Alright, everybody, heading into game number 8 here. Shout out to DreFlames for sending me these battles. These have been so much fun to watch. We do see the Furrothorn in the lead. Not so bad for the Trevenant. You can definitely deal a lot of neutral damage with the Shadow Balls. All this Furrothorn can really do is hit you with neutral or resisted damage. As the Mirror Shot does come through, attack does fall, making this matchup a bit closer. Going in with the Zapdos now. Oh, I think that's a great calculation. We do see the Alola Ninetales reaching up for the Brave Bird potentially. Actually going for the Ancient Power. This is interesting. I guess you only get one move. Could have gone either way. Ancient Power is super effective, but does not KO that Alola Ninetales. I was going to say, he made the deduction that it was a Power Whip and Mirror Shot Furrothorn because you would not have Mirror Shot and Thunder. That would make very little sense. So great play to bring in the Zapdos there. We see an aggressive Powder Snow down of that Alola Ninetales. Coming in with the Lantern now, this is a little bit tricky because this is a Water Gun Lantern. Going to generate energy a little more slowly, and you do have the Earthquake, and it does come through on the first try. Oh my goodness, do we see a switch out here? Going straight for the Icicle Spear, resisted damage or not, this is going to deal enough to KO, and it does come through, KOing. Going into the Furrothorn again, it's Furrothorn versus the world as this Wall Rain does not use a Protect Shield. We might even see, oh my goodness, calling the Mirror Shot. We might even see the Trevenant come in here and just Shadow Claw all the way through its fellow Grass type Pokemon, as it does look. 3, 4. All right, that's 4 Shadow Claws so far. I think we use both Protect Shields here. Calling another Mirror Shot, and he does call it correctly. Attack drops, but this Trevenant don't care. Can look for a full Shadow Claw down. Actually using the first shield of the game on another Mirror Shot. 2 more claws should do the trick, and that Furrothorn faints. Heading into the 9th game of this video submission, we do have that Trevenant into Umbreon. This is a tough lead for the Ghost type. We do see the instant swap into that Walrein, trying to pull out a counter user and or a Charmer, and gets a Walrein in return. Going straight for the Earthquake here. This is a bit precarious, right? Because you can't really let Switch go. If you give up Switch here, you just have that Umbreon versus the Trevenant again. So how hard is DreFlames going to fight to remove this Walrein from the equation? He does shield up the first move here, and it will be an Earthquake. Great call. Do we see a bait from DreFlames? No baits, no baiting in here. If you're going to bait Icicle Spear, you can get out of the house right now, because here comes the second Earthquake. Does trigger that first shield, second shield of the game. We do see a no shield here from the Walrein. This is an Earthquake, I believe, and it will be Earthquake. Reaching for another Earthquake. Just wants shields down. I think Dre just wants the shields gone, because then that Galarian Zapdos can really soar. Does KO the Walrein. Interestingly enough, here comes that Umbreon. Very happy, content to let this Pokemon go. Is going to let the foul play come through. Coming in with the Zapdos, we've seen Umbreon and Walrein. This team is very weak to counter, and we do see an Altaria actually to come in and answer this. This is still tough sledding, because that Grass type Trevenant is going to have a tough time reaching for the Trevenant here. I don't think you can get to a Shadow Ball in time, so going to go ahead and throw the Seed Bomb. Going to do a little bit of chip damage here. It does get the shield, actually. Very miraculous play. We do see the shield in kind. I wonder if we see another Seed Bomb, or do we see a Shadow Ball attempt here? Going straight for the Seed Bomb. Trevenant defying physics here. Literally levitating against gravity, trying to KO the Altaria, and it does! And we do see the Umbreon come in. This is a bit tough, because Umbreon's going to get a lot of energy here. We've seen that the Galarian Zapdos is not the bulkiest Pokemon, and it needs to get to a Brave Bird to deal meaningful damage. Reaching for the switch, doesn't get it. Reaching. Oh my goodness, this is probably a double Last Resort. This is going to be a close matchup here. Last Resort comes through. Galarian Zapdos cannot take another one, but it gets off a vital counter that might have put this Umbreon into Seed Bomb range. Let's see what happens here. Last Resort coming through. Trevenant reaching. Oh, and he does get the Seed Bomb! At the last second, Trevenant clutches it up. KO the Altaria, KO the Dark type. Trevenant is truly the king of this meta. Heading into game number 9 here, we do have that shiny Pelipper in the lead. This is a lead that we haven't seen Dre deal with yet. I'm interested to see how he plays this. Going up for that 6th wing attack, going to throw the Seed Bomb here on 5. Does deal some meaningful damage. You see a swap out here, and we do switching out into that Walrein. Great play. A lot of Pelipper players like to just throw Weather Balls and wing attacks, because the aggregate damage will do enough to KO the Trevenant. This is also very nice. We see the Umbreon switch into that Walrein, keeping it away from the Trevenant, but we do see an Earthquake here. Typically you want to throw those stab Icicle Spears, but if you can throw an Earthquake early on, a lot of Umbreons don't like to shield that move, so that's a lot of critical damage early on in the matchup, which might prove vital, as we do see the foul play come through. We're actually going to no shield this time as well. Maybe sensing another counter weakness in the back. Going in for the Zapdos here. Might get one more move. Umbreon does squeeze off. Probably a Last Resort here, I would assume. Psychic would not be good. And it is a foul play. Nasty. Absolutely gross, as we do see the Stunfisk come in. Oh, what is going on here? Dude, Trey, what are you doing? You're out of your mind. Switching in to catch the Rock Slide and a no shield, try to survive it, and he does. We get an undercharge coming in with a Pelipper and throwing the Seed Bomb. What incredible play here from DreFlames, looking to deal some meaningful damage with the Shadow Claws. Gonna look to counter down here with the Zapdos as a Weather Ball gets triggered. I can't even keep up. These battles are at 1.5 times. We see another Weather Ball coming through. Stunfisk threw a lot of energy earlier. Going to look for a full counter down, I suspect. Might see an Ancient Power attempting to get the boost. Do we see the Protect Shield come up here? And do we throw a Brave Bird to finish this matchup off? Protect Shield comes up. Zapdos goes up. Actually throwing a move here. This is going to come very close to KOing. Do we see the Brave Bird? Rock Slide can't quite pull it off. Going for the Brave Bird when that Stunfisk is so weak. Great plays here by Dre. Galarian Zapdos looking awesome in its debut here in his Go Battle League battles. Nice. Not very effective. Who are you telling? All right, everybody, last battle of the video. We do have DreFlames queuing up one more time here. He's going to face off against the Lebanese boss. We do have Trevenant versus Deoxys. Very, very solid lead here for DreFlames. Expect immediate swap out, but we don't get one. That might tell us that this team is weak to Trevenant in the back as well. Maybe only one answer to it. Do you see the Psycho Boost get triggered here, dealing a lot of chip damage? That first Psycho Boost is always pretty strong. We do see the Vigoroth come in, and here comes the Zapdos, the superior fighter, because you are a sub flying type. Gonna shield up the first body slam. This is an interesting play as well. I guess you don't want to get countered down, but the counters are just dealing resisted damage. We do see triggering the ancient power here. I love this play by Dre to deal some damage here. Maybe pull away Protect Shield, and he does get the KO, and he does get a boost as well. Galarian Zapdos soaring high, looking for the next opponent. Here comes that defense form Deoxys, and it will be another Psycho Boost. Do we see the second Protect Shield come away here? And Dre says, yes, we're taking the Zapdos all the way, and he does go ahead and build up some additional energy. Here comes an ancient power, excuse me, as he looks to deal some boosted damage here to that Deoxys. He does land it, switching in the wall rain to catch this Psycho Boost on the second try, and he does make the catch. Now that's one counter user. Here comes the Galarian Stunfisk. No Protect Shields remaining though. This is tough for Dre because he's given up a lot of advantages in his investment in that Galarian Zapdos. We do see the Earthquake get triggered off here, and it does get Protect Shielded. Very nice shield call there by the opponent. Do we get to a second Earthquake before the Stunfisk gets to 2 Rock Slides? I think that is the key question. First one comes through. Wall Rain does hang on. Super effective damage. Gonna go ahead and throw an Icicle Spear here, just wanting to apply some pressure. Maybe his opponent makes a mistake and they do not shield. Going for another Icicle Spear, and he does not get it. This might be it for the Galarian Zapdos. Going straight for the Seed Bomb though. Trevenant still has some energy in its back pockets, and it's going to throw that Pocket Dust right into that Stunfisk eye, and it does trigger that Protect Shield. It can survive this Rock Slide. This is going to be a very close matchup as well. Rock Slide does come through. Do we see a Seed Bomb? We do see a Seed Bomb here. Do we see a fast switch into that Galarian Zapdos to snipe? This Trevenant landing the attack, going for the Zapdos. Does he get the snipe? Yes! No! No, he doesn't. He doesn't. The Galarian Zapdos is going to have to absorb a Rock Slide here. That Deoxys still has a bit of health. It does survive. It does have the ancient power, and the power of Galarian Zapdos on full display here, getting the KO. And there goes Deoxys. DreFlames crushing it in these battles. Guys, if you enjoy these battles, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You know the drill. Shout out to DreFlames for sending me these battles. That's a 5-0 with Galarian Zapdos, and that is one heck of a way to kick off Season 12 of the Go Battle League. Come back for more. I'm going to upload as frequently as I can, and I appreciate you so much for watching. See you in the next one.